y'all, let's get into this mess. After Claressa Shields physically assaulted Alycia Baumgardner at that live event, it was caught on camera. She was banned from all future MVP events. This lady has the audacity to say in a statement she released that she would be taking legal action. Any further false allegations or defamation of character will be handled accordingly by her legal team. This is Claressa Shields. Who's she gonna sue when she was the one that assaulted Alycia Baumgardner? And she's talking defamation? How? I can't make this up, you guys, but let's get into it. Hey, YouTube family, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. If you're new here, welcome to the group chat. Hit that like button, share the love, and let's get into the mess. So just to recap, they crossed paths in a private VIP area, right, at the MVP event. Words were exchanged, and Claressa Shields reached across in front of a group of witnesses and slapped Alycia Baumgardner in the face. The video does show them in a heated exchange, but at that point it was just verbal until Miss Claressa Shields crossed the line, okay? Security had to rush in, physically separate them. The moment was caught on cell phone footage, and that footage went viral like immediately. I think it was like Sunday night. Everybody was talking about it, right? Within days, MVP released an official statement saying that Claressa Shields was banned from all future events indefinitely. MVP's exact words were that physical altercations outside of the ring are unacceptable in any MVP environment, and that behavior reflects poorly on women's sports. And that's true, which they said they have worked tirelessly to uplift. That is not a soft statement. That is a formal public institutional consequence. And that is the reality Claressa Shields is facing now. In terms of her being the face of women's boxing, that's not the kind of look that they want to represent them. So naturally, everybody was waiting to see how Claressa was going to respond, right? Because, when you respond in a moment like that, it says a lot about who you actually are. And everybody was hoping that she was going to at least say, hey, I'm sorry. She did release a statement. I read it. I'll post it at the end of this video just in case you want a good laugh, okay? Because it's comedy. But that's what I want to talk about. More importantly, I want to talk about what she didn't say. She spoke about dedicating her life to boxing. She spoke about the grace of God and her talent and taking women's boxing to a new level. Girl, you definitely taking it to a new level with your behavior. She talked about not condoning violence when you just popped off and slapped somebody, and not standing in silence while being verbally attacked. She mentioned a documented history of what she called attacks and threats by Baumgardner over the years. And I understand people can provoke you and push you, but once you have to be able to deal with that in a different form, your emotional intelligence. You cannot just pop off and assault people. There are consequences. She talked about the difference between aggression and protection. There was security around, so I hope she's not trying to insinuate that she felt any way threatened by this woman. It was a lot of people between them before she reached over and slapped her. She talked about her integrity and being a champion and carrying herself in a certain way, which we're not seeing that at all. Champion behavior on no level at this point. It was a long statement. It covered a lot, but there is one thing that the statement does not contain anywhere, and that thing is an apology. And that's what everybody was expecting, or some form of an apology. Not one word of accountability directed towards Alycia Baumgardner. Not one acknowledgement that putting your hands on another athlete outside of a sanctioned competition, regardless of how heated it gets or what was said, regardless of what the history is wrong. You are supposed to be a champion. You want to be a role model for young girls coming up in boxing. That's not it, Claressa. It simply wasn't there. But here's where it goes from bad to worse. At the end of her statement, you guys, I can't make this up. Claressa Shields threatened legal action. She warned that any further false allegations or defamation of character would be handled by her legal team. What? The person on the footage, the person who was banned by the promotion, the person who initiated the physical contact, she is the one invoking defamation. She is the one calling her lawyers. Meanwhile, Alycia Baumgardner, who says she was assaulted without provocation, is the one who has an actual legal case to pursue. This is crazy. Alycia has already said in that the situation is going to be handled legally and professionally. So what exactly does Claressa's legal team plan to argue? I'm just curious. I guess is she saying people like bloggers or reporters talking about the footage that already exists that she was filmed doing is defamation, that the people reacting to what they saw with their own eyes are lying. This is not a legal strategy. This is a PR strategy that is not working. And whoever is advising her to frame it this way is doing her a serious disservice, because this response is making a bad situation worse, you guys. This is just from bad to worse. The fans ain't having it. Even the people who have been supporting Claressa, who have been in her corner, who respect everything she has built in women's boxing, are expressing real disappointment. They said this was a moment for her to really stand in her champion and say, hey, I messed up. The commentary online is consistent. The provocation argument might have some truth to it. There may be a history between the two of these women. We may not have the full picture, but none of that changes what happened in that VIP room. Even if Alycia said something terrible to her, even if there is 4 years of bad blood and documented hostility, you do not respond by putting your hands on someone in a public space surrounded by people and cameras. You are allegedly a professional athlete, right? You have a ring. You have a platform. If you want to settle something with Alycia, you do it in a sanctioned fight where it's legal, controlled, and actually means something. That's what real fighters do. That's what champions do. And the fact that Claressa continues to crash out, this isn't the first time she's done something like this, tells you there's something in her team's management of these situations that is fundamentally not right. And I'm just going to close on this because I think this is the part of the conversation that matters the most. Claressa Shields is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She's one of the most decorated women in boxing in the history of the sport. She's built that legacy through genuine, extraordinary talent and hard work. Nobody can take that away from her. But being an Olympian is not just a title. It's a standard of conduct. It's responsibility that comes with the platform and the legacy. And what we've seen this week with the assault, with her lack of an apology, it's like the legal threat aimed at the person who was harmed. That's not Olympian character. Fans are seeing that and calling out the contradictions. The boxing community sees it, and the longer this goes without a genuine, direct human apology, the more damage she's doing to herself. That is not the behavior of someone who says they carry the championship everywhere they go. You can't claim integrity in a statement and then demonstrate the opposite in the same week. Fans are seeing it. The boxing community sees it, and they're calling her out on it. And the longer this goes without a genuine, real apology, the more damage gets done to her character. So that is where we are. Footage exists, the ban is real, the statement is out, and the apology has still not come. I want to know where y'all land on this in the comments. Do you think there's more to this story that changes how you see it? Like, if there has been a history of the back and forth with them, do you think that changes anything? Or is the lack of accountability exactly what it looks like? Drop your comments below. Don't forget to like the video. Y'all just hype me up. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.